Hey parents, welcome back. And today we're going to talk about, or in this video we're going to talk about, what does a day look like? What does their schedule look like? So most of the campuses will get out of school, depending on the school district or the charter school, anywhere between 2:45. We're going to cover elementary school first. 2:45 to about 3:15, maybe 3:30, and then my middle schools get out from anywhere between 3:30 to 4:20. So a lot of times when we have the middle schools, we'll have the elementary runs come back in, they drop off, and they'll go back out for the middle school runs. So when they get in the door, and I'm going to record a video and attach it to the end of this video so you can kind of get a walkthrough. If you're an existing Peak family, you already know what it looks like in here. But with us not allowing parents to go back to the classrooms anymore because of the disruptions that were happening with parents interrupting the kids, and then we had to get them refocused again. So now we have them at the front. So I'm going to give you a full tour of the building so you know exactly what it looks like. So when we pick the children up from school, there may be 1, 2, or 3 schools on that run. And then once we get them back here, they'll unload. Now when we get them on the bus, we do a roll call. And we have a sign-in, sign-out sheet, or not a sign-in sheet, but a sign-out sheet that has tick marks as through each step of the process. So we'll do a roll call as they get on the vehicle. And if your child's not there that day and you've not called us and you've not notified us, the first thing we're doing is we're stopping that run, and then we're sending you, we're calling you. And my staff won't be calling you just to say, hey, what are you making for dinner today? We are only calling if we need to talk to you. So please don't think that we're just going to call you for random reasons. If we're calling you, please pick up. If you're calling from a number somewhere around the exit time of school, please pick up for us. Because there's a reason. If maybe your child's running late or they're being held up, or maybe you just forgot to tell us they had a dentist appointment that day and we just want to have them accounted for, because we will not leave that campus until we have that child accounted for. Now, once they get on the vehicle, we're going to do roll call. We'll get all the schools picked up on that run. They get to the academy. We do a roll call as they're leaving the vehicle. And then the sign-in sheet's taken inside to a different person who does another check-in to make sure that your child is off the bus and they're checked into the building for that day. The driver will will park the bus. They'll do a walk of the bus to make sure that everything's off the bus, and then we'll park it and they'll come inside and take care of their next duties. The next thing that happens is that they'll have lockers, and during the tour you'll see the lockers. They'll put their stuff in their assigned locker, and they'll have the locker throughout pretty much the entire year. Unless they move, or when they move to Peak Performers, they'll get a bigger locker so that we can manage their equipment inside of that locker. And then when they get done putting their stuff up, we'll have a snack tower, and they'll get their snack. And then when they're done with their snack, the mat behind me will actually have different games and activities and all kinds of stuff going on, and they'll do that till about 3:45. And at 3:45, we're starting to get the first class set up, and who has early class, middle class, or late class, depending on what their schedule is that day. And so they'll start moving according to that. When they're done with their class, then they will get changed. They'll rotate to the back classroom. So if they've got a 4 o'clock class, 3:45, we'll send them to get their martial arts uniform. They'll go in the changing room. They'll get changed. They'll come out, they'll put their stuff back in their locker, and they'll come out and get on the mat, get ready for class. And one thing I'll show you during the tour is that each child will have a card that's their name. They'll go pull the card, they'll give it to the front counter staff, and the front counter staff will check them in for class. And so we just want to make sure they're doing all those things that tracks attendance for us. When they're done with class, they'll go get changed. They'll put their uniform in the locker. We'll teach them how to fold it up and roll it up so it's not always wrinkled. And then they'll put their stuff back in their locker, and they'll head to the back classroom, back 2 classrooms, unless you're here to pick them up. If you show up early to pick them up, please sit down and watch class for a few minutes. I can tell you that as a father of 5, there's only one thing our children want from us. And no, it's not a phone, no, it's not a PlayStation 5, or as they get older, a car. They just want our time and attention. So if you'll take a few minutes and just sit down and watch class if you're here a little bit early, it will mean the world to them. And when you do that, please don't be on your phone. Put your phone up, unless it's an emergency. Let them know, because if they have a milestone that they finally conquered, and they turn around and they see the top of your head because you're looking at your phone, I promise you it's going to have a negative effect. They're going to feel like you just don't care. And that's not the case, but that's their perception. So we've seen it a lot over the years. So please make sure if you come in, sit down, watch class with them, and encourage them. And so you can read the handbook about what I'd ask you to do if you're watching class. You be the champion. If there's any kind of correction or anything, let us take care of that part of it. And then after class up, you can take them home. If you are coming to, once they go to the back classroom, we're working on academics, creative building strategy, STEM stations. Please make sure that there's a teacher communication form inside of the packet that we sent to you. Please fill that out so that we can send it to the teacher, so that if we need to get a hold of them to get anything from them, we can get it. Now, if they're login information inside of their take-home folder, it's much easier now than it used to be. We can actually get online and get everything we need. But we can't get it anymore like we used to. I used to go to a teacher's website, pull all the information off there that I needed, and get it going. I can't do that anymore. I have to go through the child's account to get to it, so that way we can print whatever we need to print. We can do those things for them. When they're done doing their academics and we have them read a little bit each day, and if they're not reading yet, we'll have one of the older students read to them. It has the same positive attributes of them reading the story themselves. They're still visualizing the story in their head, they're still seeing it in pictures, and it allows that creative side of the brain to function. When you come pick them up, please come into the front of the building, talk to whomever's at the front counter. They will walkie-talkie back to them into the back, or if they're on the mat, just wait for them in the bleachers. And then when they're done, have them get changed and get ready to go home. Please do not take their uniform home during the week. Please make sure they have their uniform packed in their backpack on Sunday, brought here on Monday. It stays in the locker all week and goes home on Friday. Now, if they have a class on Thursday, and that's their last class of the week, or Wednesday, have them take the uniform home. Just please make sure it comes back each week. And especially after holiday season, we got to get them back in routine. So I need y'all's help with that. And then once they're done, you'll sign them out at the front counter, and we'll bid adieu for the day. And then we'll see them the next class, the next day, or the following week if it's a Friday. And so that's pretty much the routine. Now, on Fridays, during the week, we have classes every Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. Fridays, the only ones that have class on Fridays are our peak performer students. So we'll have the mat set up with all kinds of games and activities. We call it Friday Fun Day, and that'll go on till about 5 o'clock. And then at 5 o'clock, the peak performers have their classes start, or 4:30 actually, but they'll start rotating out, and the students that are here still in the building after school that are not in peak performance program, they'll rotate to the back classrooms, and they'll do some different games and activities back there until you guys pick them up. Please remember that pickup time is no later than 6:30 Monday through Thursday, and no later than 6 on Fridays. So this ends this video, and again, if you have any questions, just give us a call, 512-918-8921. Send us an email, info@peakcedarpark.com, and look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.